Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I'm Kay and today we are diving into an exciting topic running Node.js application inside Docker containers. Whether you are a seasoned developer or just getting started, this tutorial will help you streamlining your workflow and simplify your development process. So, what's on the agenda? First, we'll do a quick overview of Node.js and Docker so we are all on the same page. Then, I'll show you how to set up a simple Node.js application from scratch. After that, we'll containerize it using Docker and run it with just few commands. By the end of the video, you will see how Docker can make your life a whole lot easier. Now, why we use Node.js with Docker? Well, Node.js is a fantastic for building scalable application and Docker let us package everything our app need into a neat container. This means you can run your application anywhere, whether it's on your local machine, a server, or in the cloud, without worrying about the dependency issues. Alright, let's get started. Grab your favorite code editor. Let's jump into the code. I'll guide you step by step through each part of the process. And remember, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'll be happy to help you out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you find this content helpful, let's dive in and see how to get our application in Docker container. So, as you can see in here, uh, my Node Visual Studio, the Node app is fully empty, and yeah, so we are going to create a Node.js application, an Express.js application in here to serve our request on init and yeah. So serve application index page on 3000 port. So for that, first create a project with command npm init. Run this, then make everything default except the entry point. Let's do that. Then confirmation, yes, and we will have a package.json. Then create our app.js file that where we are going to write our code, and then with that we also need express library to be installed in our project so we can use that. For that, run npm I express to install the express js, and it will take some time. After it will get uh, installed, we are going to create a simple express.js app which serve on the index page. So in the meantime, as it's installing and the node modules has been doing its work. Okay, so the express.js is completed installing. We get the version 4.21. Let's go to the application, then use constant. Okay, express use require to get the yeah express to get the express.js library constant. Then we are going to use the express.js library to have our app. Then we are going to serve app a get request on our index page so we can get our data on that particular route. So the function will be request and response. Then it will serve as some kind of data. Let's say a hello world. Okay. So after that, it seems our work is done, but we need to add one more thing. Without that, our application will not run, or we can't be able to listen or hit our request. So the app.listen. This is the particular command that run our server or the web server on this express.js and we can get the request. So we have our application code quite written. It's a simple and express.js code. Then just test it out so we can be sure that it's actually working. To check that it's working, for that we either can run node app.js, which can be a hassle for some time. In our project, most of the time it's better to write your start script, so you don't have to remember the file name where your entry point is. On big projects, you need to have this. So run the npm start 8. So right now it might get up. Let's see if it's up or not. Okay, so this is my IP of the server that is on. Run this, and yeah, we get our hello world project, or the hello world that is in here in the code. It is served. So just to give you like just to confirm that it is coming from our application and not anything that is previously running. Let's cancel it, then rerun it. Yeah. So then reload this, it might show you. Yeah, so this is our application that is running this code. And then we have our application that runs on 3000 port. So what we are going to do next with our application is that we are going to create a docker file, and then create a docker compose file. Both file we need to update so our application can go there. So first thing first, we need to create a docker file, which is a simple to write. So what we can do in here is that we can write from. So every docker file can be created from any other docker file. uh, if it can run, if any of the software that can run in any other docker container, it can run there. So we're going to take Node.js. Okay, so Node.js Alpine. So just to confirm that it is a valid Node.js or not, go to the Docker Hub. You can go to the Docker Hub. It's a free. You can get many Docker containers. So this is Node. Yeah, and we are going to search an Alpine, because Alpine is one of the lightest Ubuntu or the lightest Linux distro. So okay, let's, yeah, it will be there. It will be hard if I search it like that. The search system on Docker Hub is not very good. I mean, in the terms of tags, yeah, that's very bad, but yeah, we can use that. So we are taking a Node Alpine image as a base image of our. Then what we will do is that we will make a working directory. So working directory that you have to make, so uh, our we can know that where our file or folder could be and where we are working with this. So for Node.js application, we mostly give user source app folder, and then we copy everything to the destination. So what this particular thing command mean? So the copy dot dot mean that copy everything that is in here to our working directory. If everything is right, we can have our Node.js application running. But for that, we have to write something extra. We need to write a command. So what is the command? It is a command. As it's said, it's self-explanatory. You can run any command in here. So let's run npm next. start. So everything that you run, you have to give it as an array and not as a one string. So that will work. Let's see if everything is worked or not. Everything will work or not. Okay. Okay. Also, let's expose a port which will be 3000 in our case, because our application will expose its service to 3000. So we are also going to expose port 3000. So let's go there. And also, after copy, we can also give a run command which will install, yeah, which will install every node modules that may need and not there in our node modules. It will update it. So that will be a second one of the thing that you may need to add, because sometimes what happen is that when you are doing a local development, some of the libraries may not there or may be outdated. You can use the npm install to get them reinstalled or the updated, and so you can have a new libraries that will be work. So let's go there. And to build any image, you have to run a particular command. So let me show you what command is that. So before you run any command of docker, check if the docker version is right or the docker service is up. Otherwise it will not work. Then write docker build to build an image. Minus t is means that what name of your image that you are going to give. So I'm going to give its node.js app 1.0. Then you will have to put a dot in here. So a full stop or the dot that you give at the end of the particular docker build command denotes that your command has been end and you want to create a docker image right now. Also, let me show you one thing. If your Docker file is not with this, I mean, if not like this, or the naming convention has been changed or something like that, you can still do that by, denoting where your file is. So if my file is like user underscore docker file, I can give it like that and it will still find the user dash docker file and create docker image for it. So for now I don't need to do this. Just run that. It will pull the image and then create that. So just wait for a bit, or I'll just pause it till it's complete. Okay, let me, yeah, so it's been done. Let's go there, hide it. Yeah, so the image has been completed. Let's just see if it's work or not. So to run that, you can either use docker run command or you can write a docker compose file. I will show you the both way that you can do that. So docker run minus d for port. Let's give 80, which will be http port, and 3000, that is the port that will expose inside our container or the or our service expose that on that port. So after that, just okay, uh, just copy that image and paste it. So what we are doing here is that we are saying that we want to run this particular image and create a container but with detach mode, so it will give us our shell back with exposing port 80 uh, outside of the container and connected with inside of the container. So anything that is running on the port 3000 inside our node.js application, we can access it from 80 port outside of the container. Also, you can give a name to your container. So for that, just give us a node.js app and it will run. Let's see. if it runs or not. Yeah. So what it does is that it create a Node.js app name of our Node.js application. It is running, so it means the application, our code has been completely running right now, and it is I mean it is port is exposed on 80. So let's either curl it, or we can go in here. Let's copy this. Okay, right, and as it's 80 port, it will automatically go to the port 80. Yes, so we can have our hello world or our application inside Node.js application inside our uh, Docker container, and we can still access it. Also, let me show you how you can write a Docker Compose file for the Node.js application, which you can easily use. And a Docker Compose file is very helpful when you are using multiple application or multiple services that you may need to up and down or create or destroy. You don't have to run or write that docker run command every time. So for this, just write a service. Okay, for this you have to first run a version. So what kind of version you are having of Docker Compose? So I write 3, then services. Okay, services, and on each service you will have to write the name of your service. So for us is Node.js app. The image that we give is that we are going to copy the image that we built, Node.js app 1.10. Right, we can also create a name. Okay, the container name, so it can give a specific container name, say a node app. Okay, so node at YouTube, just to give you a distinct name. Also, we can also give its ports. So ports will, what it will do is that it will expose port. Say we give 480 for this. Let's give it 443, and inside it is 3000. So we always have to make sure that what we are giving after a colon is that the service that running on that particular port inside the Docker container. We can change as much as possible this particular number or the port. Outside we can give anything to that, but we can't change it, otherwise we can't able to access the service using our expose port. So we are quite done in here. We can also write an entry point or anything, but let's end this here. You know the gist of it, so let's go there. First, delete that particular. Uh, just delete the particular Node.js app. Like, okay, so okay, we can't delete it if it's running, but we can forcefully remove it. So we just remove the Docker container, and we don't have it. Let's clear the terminal. Docker ps minus a. Yeah. Then let's run the Docker Compose up. What it will do is that it will create container with the details that we give in our Docker Compose file, and make sure you always have to give Docker Compose.yml. Otherwise, you have to point out by -f with the name or the direction. Okay, so let's run that. You can either give Docker Compose up, which will create your containers and show logs, or you can create Docker Compose with Docker Compose up -d, which will create application and then give you your shellback. I like this way, so just run this. Yes, so application has been created. Let's see if you did any mistake or not. So yeah, everything is up It's on 443, and it's the name is as we give in here. Just go there. uh, as you can see, we give http, then add https, which will be our 443 port. Okay, let's not go there. It is showing an SSL error because we are not using SSL. So just give port 443. Yes, so we get the hello world in here. As you can see, it's so much easier to do to create application and run it on Docker, and that's how you can containerize your Node.js application and run it without any issue, and it's very easy. So thank you for seeing, if you are seeing till now, and signing off for today.